Solving problems using polynomial equalities. In this video, we are going to look at how to solve problems using polynomial equalities. Let's take a closer look. Here we have two orca whales. The path of the two orcas playing in the ocean were recorded by some oceanographers. The first orca's path could be modeled by the equation h at t is equal to 2t to the 4 minus 17t to the cube plus 27t squared minus 252t plus 232. The second orca's path could be modeled by this equation. H at t is 20t cubed minus 200t squared plus 30t minus 200. Where h is their height above or below the water's surface in centimeters and t is the time during the first 10 seconds of play. At what times were the two orcas at the same height or depth? Since you are solving for time, when the height or depths are the same, set the two equations equal to each other and use inverse operations to move all the terms to one side of the equation. Here we have orca number 1, orca number 2, and we set them to equal. Now we collect like terms, and we will get 2t to the 4 minus 37t cubed plus 227t squared minus 552t plus 432. We set it equal to 0. Now we need to solve for t by factoring. We will use the factor theorem to determine the first factor of f at t. Since the domain of t is between 0 and 10, because we are measuring the first 10 seconds, consider the factors of 432. Start with f at 1. When we substitute 1 in for t, you will notice it solves to get 72, not 0. We need to go to the next one. F at 2. When we substitute 2 into the equation, we get negative 28. Again, not 0. We must continue. F at 3 gives us negative 18. Oh, still not 0. F at 4. Oh, it gives us 0. So we know that one factor is 4. By the factor theorem, t minus 4 is a factor of f at t. Now we will use synthetic division, or long division if you prefer, to determine the second factor. And when we do that, we get the result 2t cubed minus 29t squared plus 11t minus 108 times, of course, t minus 4. We need to continue to use the factor theorem to factor the second factor. So we will try 6. Doesn't work, we get negative 108. We will try 8. Doesn't work, we get negative 208. Try 9. Oh, it does work. We get 0. So we know by the factor theorem that t minus 9 is a factor of 2t cubed minus 29t squared plus 111t minus 108. Now, let's use either long division or synthetic division to determine the other factor. So we will set this up. So we will divide 9 into the dividend to negative 29, 111 minus 108, and we will get the result 2t squared minus 11t plus 12. Now we'll factor 2t squared minus 11t plus 12 to get 2t minus 3 and t minus 4. Now, if you look, you already had a t minus 4, so we have 2 of them, which makes that a double root. So, determine our zeros. T is equal to 4, a double root. T is equal to 9, and t is equal to 3 over 2. But which one is correct? Using the x values that we just found, determine the corresponding y values to determine if the points are above or below sea level. Graph both functions to determine the points of intersection to verify your solution. So when x is equal to 1.5, y is equal to negative 132.5. When x is equal to 4, y is equal to negative 920. When x is 9, y is equal to 880. So the orcas were at the same depth of 1.5 seconds and 4 seconds, and at the same height at 9 seconds. Now let's try the assignment.